So, you'd like to live in a beautiful place like this? Would you like to know more about the real estate in a spot like what you see? Well, you've come to the right place. This is the Montana Real Estate Channel, where we explore communities across the state of Montana. We check out the real estate scene, talk about various neighborhoods, discuss price points, and discover what makes these communities so great, including the landscape and landmarks. If your audio is not matching the video, don't worry, we'll fix that.
Thinking about maybe moving to Montana? Well, this is a pretty nice spot. This is Bigfork, Montana. And we're going to go today on this video and take a look at downtown Bigfork on the north end of Flathead Lake, which is the largest natural freshwater lake west of the Mississippi. And Bigfork is a great little town. We'll see some great shops. They've got a playhouse there. I'm Craig Cyphers, and I work with my daughter Erica at Cyphers Family Real Estate through Exit Realty Bitterroot South. And we get phone calls, emails, texts every day from folks just like yourself who are thinking about maybe making a move to somewhere in Montana. And we cover a wide swath of the area. And all the information that you need in order to get a hold of us is in the description below. So if you want to know about Montana real estate, you'll want to click that logo down on the right-hand side of your screen and subscribe to the Montana Real Estate Channel. So now let's go out and take a look at some of the landscape around Bigfork, Montana, take a look at some of the neighborhoods and some of the price points, and see if this might be a place that you could enjoy living.
We are on the east shore of Flathead Lake. We're coming into Bigfork, and as we do, let's just take a moment and look at the beautiful scenery and take in the lake. Going into Bigfork, Montana Highway 35 from the south, and you'll go through Woods Bay, which is a great precursor to the fun of Bigfork. Woods Bay is where every year on the 1st of January, some brave or perhaps nutty people welcome in the new year by jumping into the icy waters of Flathead Lake. They meet at the Raven, which we see is this blue building right here. And another great watering hole that folks will meet at is right down the street here, and it's called the Sitting Duck. Now, real estate here varies widely. There is currently a lakefront home built in 1924 that sits on 15 acres. It has 7 cabins, has over 800 feet of lake frontage, and it's offered at $19 million. And there also are a variety of other homes that are available. And as we travel up Highway 35 towards Bigfork, we'll see, for example, some manufactured homes that are there. There are boat slips that are also available in, let's say, Hidden Harbor. They can go for $135,000, and you can also buy some of these manufactured homes on rented lots for as little as $65,000. And now just up the hill is a great place to stay and eat while you're in the area. It's the Mountain Lake Lodge. And for your supplies, for boating, recreating on the lake, you want to pop into Papa's. You'll be able to pick up your beverages, food, and even fishing supplies. Next to that is a little bar, grill, and casino. And here you can see some examples of manufactured homes you may be able to purchase on rented lots. That allows you access to all the fun at Woods Bay, Bigfork, and Flathead affordably. And just past Papa's Market, a 1972 single wide sold the 1st of May 2024 for $65,000, and the lot rent was $425 a month. From the south, we'll get on to Bridge Street, and there we'll find the Bigfork Harbor condominiums. Now, these units are right on the Swan River and include boat slips in the protected harbor that protects them from the Flathead Lake. These units are roughly 1,200 square feet, 2 bed, 2 bath, and they will go for over $900,000. The community here includes a clubhouse, party room, fitness center, and pool. And then just down the drive here along the Bigfork Harbor, is this beautiful structure, Bear Dance Village. It's a collection of high-end condos designed to look like a single luxurious home on the Bigfork Harbor. The units are in excess of 3,000 square feet and could go upwards of $2+ million. The other structures in this area vary in size and have been built from the 60s and 70s up into the early 2000s. And what you're about to see here is a dog and not a bear. But some of these properties are also boat slips. And you can see when we get down here on the harbor, across the Swan River are other condos. And these condos are 1 bed, 1 bath. They're approximately 700 square feet. And those units will sell there in the mid 500s. Traveling into downtown Bigfork on Montana Highway 35, we cross the Swan River and overlook Bigfork Harbor and a marina just off the harbor that is protected from the waters of Flathead Lake. And as you can see, the water level is currently low, but it is filling up. Into the Bigfork and look over the bay, it looks like we've got low tide, but we don't have a tide here. And as we intersect with Holt Drive, you'll find Flathead Lake Brewing Company and Clubhouse. We're driving into Bigfork. We are now on Grand Drive. And what we'll see on the right is Marina K Condominiums. And there's a project started in the early 80s with units being built as late as 2007. The units range from 384 square foot, 1 bed, 1 bath, to 1,900 square foot, 3 bed, 2 bath units. And boat slips here will run around $85,000. And the condominiums themselves run anywhere from $285,000 on up to nearly $850,000. So this is Grand Drive, and we'll be able to overlook the bay, and to the south there, of course, is Flathead Lake, and we'll take a look at that. And then what we'll do is we'll take a drive going west on Grand Drive towards Kalispell, and we'll see what that looks like. On Grand Drive, heading into downtown, we encounter some gift shops, bookstores, places to stay, and Bigfork has a huge art community. And we see here, for example, the Eric Thorson Sculpture Studio, and a look down Electric Avenue, the central part of Bigfork downtown. On the other side of Grand Drive, headed towards Kalispell, you'll see various businesses, kind of the strip malls. You've got UPS, a competitive real estate company, all of this on the way towards Kalispell. Now, here we are rolling along Electric Avenue, and not the one Eddie Grant sings about in his 1982 hit. Along Electric Avenue, you will see the Center for the Performing Arts and the home of the famous Bigfork Playhouse. Also, tons of shops, lots of summer fun in Bigfork. And as I mentioned before, lots of art studios, paintings, sculptures, just a really quaint, fun downtown. This is the older part of Bigfork. These cabins were built in 1934 near the Swan River. And you can see they've been updated. You can see the mini splits there. The other homes along here, like this one on the corner, was constructed in 1930 and clearly renovated around 1990 or so. Then the homes that we see here are built in the late 1940s for the most part. And of course, they also have been updated. And then we come into the Bigfork School tennis courts. Now, most of the homes in this area in Bigfork were, as I mentioned, built in the late 1940s. The last home sold in this section of town that was documented on the multiple listing system was a home built in 1947, which was 944 square feet and sold for $179,000, all the way back to February of 2019, which was a year, of course, before the pandemic. And as you can see, there are a few structures that were infill, but the majority of these homes were built in that late 40s, early 50s era. Now we turn onto Electric Avenue, which would take us back into the downtown area where we just were, but we are going to turn west here onto Commerce Street, and that's just past the United Methodist Church parking lot. And once we get onto Commerce Street, we'll get up here and pass some property that's owned by the Bigfork School District. See some homes actually that were built in here in about 1970s, and then we'll see some of the school property. And in the far background, you can see the football field up a little ways here. You'll see school bus, and right next to the school property is a daycare center. Then after the daycare center, we have Timber Bay townhouses, which were built in 2007. These townhouses were approximately 1,500 to 1,600 square feet, 3-bed, 2-bath units that will sell in the upper 500s right here. Now going on to the north portion of Grand Drive into the area where some multifamily units, along with a long-term care facility near the Bigfork High School football stadium, and it's the home of the geriatric memorial track meet. Now, of course, I'm kidding. Please, no nasty comment. Eagle Bend is a 27-hole championship course comprising of 3 distinctly different beautiful nines. The first 9 holes were opened in 1984. The final 9 holes were Jack Nicklaus designed and completed in 1995. And there is, as we'll see, a terrific real estate market developed around this terrific course. You can see the beautiful Swan Mountains in the background. And there are a number of neighborhoods that are incorporated into Eagle Bend. The Eagle Bend development has really dominated the Bigfork market for some 30 years. We're just going to take a moment, drive through the area, take a look at some of the properties, and then discuss the Eagle Bend North here in just a moment. Remember, if you haven't already subscribe to the Montana Real Estate channel, you want to tap the logo down on the lower right-hand corner of your screen so that you'll be advised about any of the new videos we put up on various communities in Western Montana. One of the segments of the Eagle Bend development was an area called Harbor Village, and it's a mix of single-family houses and townhomes in Eagle Bend West and Eagle Bend Yacht Harbor, where boat slips in the Flathead River can run from $195,000 to over $350,000 depending on size. This is a first-class area with access to Flathead Lake from the river, and single-family homes can be over 3,000 square feet and on the order of $2 million, and townhomes are in the mid to high 800,000s, and they are 3-bed, 4-bath, and can run approximately 3,000 square feet. This is a terrific area, a lot of great real estate. Things come up on the market with some regularity. So let's take a look at what we have out here in the Eagle Bend developments. of Harbor Village. Another phase of Eagle Bend development is Eagle Bend North, which was platted around 1994 and has homes built from the mid-90s up until recently, and sizes range from 2,000 square feet to over 3,000 square feet, and prices go from the high 600,000s up. Currently, there is a 5,000 square foot home on the golf course that is for sale at nearly $3 million. Bigfork is a census-designated place in Flathead County. That means it's non-incorporated. According to the 2020 census, the population of Bigfork was 5,100 residents, but there are plenty of seasonal residents, mostly, of course, during the summer months. The elevation is right around 3,000 feet. The Flathead Valley in the Bigfork area was near the southernmost boundary of the Great Continental Glacier, the Cordilleran ice sheet, leaving broad areas of flat river plain that would be dotted with pines and scattered with kettle lakes, which you'll see here in a moment. In the rural areas of Bigfork, you'll find a variety of properties with many newer homes with mountain or western themes that sit in the forested areas. These homes are in the pines, the lodgepole pine, the ponderosa pine. You'll see some Bruce spruce, as well as a few deciduous trees. And these sit on acreage ranging from a couple acres up to 5 or more, depending on where you are. Flathead Lake is the remnant of the ancient and massive glacial Lake Missoula, and it's one of the cleanest lakes in the populated world for its size and type. The northern portion of Flathead Lake near Bigfork is the most shallow portion of the lake, so during low water in the winter and early spring, dry land stretches out to the south of fairways, which you'll see here in the video in just a moment. Now we're headed towards Kalispell, and as we do so, we'll cross the beautiful Flathead River as the three forks of the river, the north, middle, and south forks, join just north of Bigfork and flow into Flathead Lake. The blue water is due to rock flour or glacial silt that is picked up in its travels from the Canadian Rockies through some of the most rugged and beautiful landscape on the planet. We hope you've enjoyed this video on the Montana Real Estate Channel, and we look forward to seeing you join us on the next adventure in Western Montana.